3, 2, 1.
Not really gonna work. Hey, welcome to Happy Wax TV.
Hey guys.
Another episode of the Doom Gorium Report here.
Yes. And well, I'm Happy Wax.
And I'm Axemaster.
Yes.
And if we knew sign language, well, we were gonna fake it. But
I don't think I'm smart enough to learn sign language.
that would probably offend a lot of people these days when everybody's so touchy about things like that. So
Yeah.
we got another. Yeah. Did
Yeah.
I say this is a Doom Gorium Report? Oh,
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
too.
you did. Yeah.
And it's a very quiet place.
It is a very quiet place. So
This evening.
yeah, I don't know this. Yeah. So tonight we're doing A Quiet Place, obviously. But wow, this movie was really good. I enjoyed this flick. This is one of those movies where you see the trailer a long time ago and you almost like X out your calendar for don't forget Spidey. But yeah, you count down to the day it's released, hoping that it's as good and as different as the trailer makes it seem. And I was not disappointed.
Neither was I.
No.
No, it made me want to learn sign language, to be honest with you, just in case something like that ever happens.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, it was a movie. It had its flaws, but I don't know. There was so much that I liked about this flick. And the director. Well, let's quickly do this. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, Emily Blunt's in it. John
Krasinski.
Krasinski. He's the in it. He's the dad. He's also the director, and he also was one of the screenwriters. And I think we talked about this before, but what is it with these comedians making these awesome horror movies?
Yeah.
AKA Jordan Peele. We were just talking about that. So,
Yep.
yeah, and then what's the little girl's name?
Millicent Simmons.
Yeah, she's awesome in this too.
Yeah,
so
she's
actually, all the performances are.
Noah Jupe.
Nora, yeah, he's the son, right?
Cade Woodward and Leon Russell.
Yeah, Cade Woodward. He's the little boy at the beginning. He don't
Yeah.
last too long, but you know that in the trailer.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, John Krasinski he's made a couple serious flicks though. 13 Hours is like a military film, and it's weird that when I watched 13 Hours, I thought I know this guy, and then when we went to the movies to see this, you said he's a comedian, and I was like, oh, geez, he is a comedian. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe they're just getting tired of being funny all the time.
Well, he's talented, that's for sure.
Yeah, did a lot of work on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Kind of a pretty cool concept, really.
It was, and you know what I read today, yesterday when I was on Bloody Disgusting was, and it made total sense to me too, just from the way the creatures looked. Because I'll be honest, I'm not saying I know whatever, but just in the back of my head, the way these monsters look, and two thumbs up to this movie for showing lots of the creatures. This isn't one of those movies where less is more sort of thing. Like once the creatures come out, they're like right in your face.
Yeah,
they
you
don't
see them.
Yeah, so which is fucking bonus because they look awesome. But when I saw the creatures kind of close up for the first time, I thought, fuck, that kind of looks like the Cloverfield monster a little bit, right? But I didn't think anything of it. And then yesterday, I was reading on Bloody Disgusting that there was actually talk before the movie came out that they were going to put this movie kind of in the Cloverfield universe, but they decided not to. You know what I mean? So for whatever reason, I don't know, but I thought that was kind of cool, and that would have made total sense too because the creatures look, kind of identical. But that's what they've done with the last two movies is they've taken movies that weren't in the Cloverfield universe and then added scenes into them to make them into the Cloverfield universe. So they could have easily done it with this without even adding anything because these creatures, but they didn't. So whatever. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Miniature.
Yeah.
Cloverfields.
But man, oh man, it's I don't know. I don't want to talk all the time, but I got lots to say about this movie. I'm so pumped to fucking talk about this flick.
I liked it. I thought it was awesome because I thought it was something different, like the whole concept of them coming for sound, everybody having to be quiet, know. It was kind of cool the way they had everything set up in the house. And
the other thing I liked too was that it started on day 80. Did it start on day 80? It was up there anyways. It was months into it, right? They showed you a couple news articles of, they go by sound or whatever, but they didn't. I just felt if they would have given too much of a background story that it would have either made the movie too long, or they wouldn't have done a good enough job of it. You know what I mean? So they would have rushed through it, which would have been, really taken away from the movie. So you're just kind of thrown into it. And then, you'd have to be an idiot not to figure out what was going on. But they throw in a few little things, like I said, the newspaper articles and stuff. But there's really none at all, actually, where these things came from. And they don't, and this is all taking place in the aftermath. So after all the killing's done, and now they're kind of in their little pockets of survival.
It's like all of a sudden it's day 475 or whatever when the next thing happens, kind of thing,
Yeah.
And then you're into the whole. It's kind of cool too, like the way there were still pockets of people because he was lighting the fire and the fires would come on in the valley or whatever, but everything was like pretty much quiet.
Yeah, they couldn't make it to each other. Yeah. But no, it was a great idea. Again, this movie wasn't without its flaws. I mean, it was kind of how they put the sand down everywhere. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of noise being made that they just expected you not to think that would make noise, but which is cool. I mean, it was a different take on the movie, but I just and the other thing with the kid, the little kid, I would have kept. Well, there's two things. First of all, she's pregnant, right? There's no secret there because you see that in the trailer. Like, I don't know if you would want to risk it. I don't know. I'm all for life. But, when you're in a situation like that, that's almost... The first thing that came to my mind was fucking Walking Dead. You know what I mean?
The Trojan factory is probably shut down.
Yeah, but I'm just... I don't know. I guess, and if you don't know how to get rid of the baby properly... I don't mean to talk... I don't want to offend anybody, but, we're talking about a world now with fucking creatures in it that'll eat you if you make noise. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like... I just knocked up Susie and I don't want to have the kid. There's different circumstances here, and I just don't think a baby would be the same with The Walking Dead. Do you really want to bring a baby into a zombie-infested apocalypse? I'm all for growing population again, but wouldn't you wait until
the TV's out?
They had, yeah.
You can't watch TV. Video games are no good.
I
guess you got your iPod because you can listen to it.
Yeah.
But you also live with Emily Blunt.
True, I guess so. Yeah. Fair enough.
Just saying,
You're in trouble when you go home tonight, buddy.
I don't know.
I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. But so I don't know. That was one of the things that I didn't. But again, that was a big part of the movie. So who am I? I'm just giving I just thought. And then the other thing. Well, go ahead. I don't want to say everything.
No, I just I thought I don't know.
I ramble.
I'd see it again. It's worth seeing. I liked it because it wasn't the run of the mill sort of
Oh yeah.
At least they put a little bit of effort into it. It's about sound. It's like, and I like the way the farm was set up for emergencies. They had a lot of things set up for emergencies.
Yeah.
Like
the dad was no dummy.
Yeah, they had it all set up pretty good, and some There's a lot of tension in the movie because it's not like it's not like the creatures don't come around. They come around a lot, and and I don't know. It was weird. You didn't want to. It was so quiet in the theater that every time there was a sound, you'd jump. Because there was no sound, and there'd be a sound, and you're like, and somebody'd go. And you'd be like, oh! Because in the movie there'd be a sound, and you'd be like, oh, man. So that was pretty cool. You don't have too many movies like that, right?
I don't know if you can tell by my streamlined physique, but I like to eat popcorn. Okay? Movie theater popcorn, okay? And I felt guilty. I did, because it was so fucking quiet in the theater. And I would eat my popcorn.
Well, you were eating M&Ms too. They were louder than the popcorn.
Yeah, the M&Ms I couldn't do anything about. But the popcorn, I was trying not to chew it and just let it melt in my mouth. And then when it went all mushy, then I would chew. Because, seriously, 70% of this movie is fucking silent. So you're like, nom, nom, nom. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that asshole. So I was doing my best to muffle my popcorny chews, but...
Shut your trap and stop kicking the seats! We're trying to watch the movie! And if I have to tell you again, we're going to take it outside and I'm going to show you what it's like! You understand me? Now shut your mouths or I'll shut them for you. And if you think I'm kidding, just try me. Try me. Because I would love it!
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is not like a movie I've ever seen before.
And the cool thing about it is, Millicent Simmons' character is deaf. Like Reagan Abbott is deaf, so this family has the added ability to communicate with one another through sign language because their daughter's deaf anyways.
Yep.
But the other thing about it is Millicent Simmons in real life is actually deaf.
Yeah.
For real too.
How cool is that to cast an actual deaf actress?
Deaf
Good
actress.
for you guys.
And Mrs. Axmaster and I, Mrs. Axmaster liked this movie as well, which is pretty wild because it's like a creature feature, and she hates those.
Yeah.
So she liked it, and then we also checked out a little movie that Millicent Simmons did. What's the name of it now? Oh, I can't remember it. But she's in this movie with, it's about deaf kids, and there's another kid that's deaf. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's actually, it's got Julianne Moore in it. Cool. Who plays an older part of her, or character of her. But yeah, so she's making a name for herself too. Anyways.
For her.
Yeah.
Is that it?
2 hours later.
Yes, Wonderstruck.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wonderstruck.
It's not a horror movie though, but anyways, so
right on.
A little bit of background on her, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because it was a cool part of the movie. They were, be able to talk that way and everything.
That's what I liked about this movie, was that even though there were some things that you had to buy into, there was not a lot of stupidity in this movie. You know what I mean? Like the kids, and it's real life, man. Like the kids, the dad wasn't always there to protect them. The mom wasn't always there to protect them. They had to know how to, do themselves. Even when the little boy didn't want to go fishing because he was scared, his dad said, "Listen, dude, you got to fucking come." Do you know what I mean? But there was no stupid moves. You know how, you get the don't go in the dark basement because there's none of that. Everything here was like, as real as it could possibly be. The only thing I didn't like was the kid at the beginning. You know what I mean? And that was the only thing. And I thought, fuck, don't make the movie about this. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's not really a spoiler because it's in the trailer too, right? Like we all know the kid. It's right in the trailer where he grabs the space shuttle and makes noise, right? And like, I don't know. I guess it's day 80, so you get comfortable. It's the same. Again, it all goes to The Walking Dead. You know how in the beginning the zombies were the huge issue, and everybody's on all tense and on their toes, and then later on they almost become commonplace. Yeah. And that's kind of like this movie too, where you get to that point. That's what I always say to the guys that work for me when we're working at heights. I always tell them, don't get comfortable. You know what I mean? Because that's when an accident's going to happen. And that's what I think they did at the beginning here of the movie was...
Yeah, you don't let what was he, like 3?
Yeah, something.
You don't let him run around the store by himself and pick things out. That's because he was running.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, who would do that? Right?
Yeah, especially if we're talking noise here. So
it was only day 80.
Yeah,
so.
But then I got thinking about it and I thought, you know what? Probably everybody's going to kind of do the same thing too. You let your guard down or you get comfortable or whatever. But other than that, whatever. But again, it's all coincides to the movie because then Millicent Simmons thinks that her dad hates her because it's kind of her fault that it happens and whatever. But it's at the very beginning of the movie. So, but I don't know. I thought this movie was fantastic. I'd probably give it a 9 for me anyways.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9.
I don't know if that's too high, but
I'd say 9.
I just thought this movie was fantastic. And it's really, it's not like any movie I've seen.
No, I don't. That's why it's kind of original.
The whole movie, honestly, 70% of this movie is fucking, probably 60% anyways, is silence.
If it isn't original, it's at least it's, it hasn't been beaten into the ground.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be like a whole bunch of clones of this kind of concept as well now.
Absolutely.
But, but it was good. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Nines. Double
I
nines.
Loved it. So, yeah, that's great. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. And this is actually a movie too. I know there's a lot of people out there like, oh, I'll just wait and watch it on my TV at home. No, you need to see this. You need to have 85 or 100 other people around you.
Dead silent
watching this. It's just it just makes it so, and the tension, and then when shit does happen, because it's so fucking people are almost embarrassed to fucking make noise. It's just it's so cool. This is a movie that should be seen in the theater with lots of other people around you to experience it. So, but I don't know, definitely go see it. So, but just make sure you don't chew with your fucking mouth open.
No. Careful with the popcorn.
Yeah, so. All right. So we're good? Okay, so anyways, at the end, if you stuck to the very end there, I just wanted to say thanks again, all the new subscribers. Every day, more and more come on. That's awesome. You guys are great. Keep them coming. And we'll keep pumping out the videos, and all the comments seem to be good. So hey, that's good. We only have a few trolls, so I don't mind. But you gotta
Trolls.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, that's great. Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll leave a link in the description box for Happy Wax TV on Facebook, so you can stay up to date on everything. And yeah.
Stay silently scared.